Coming up on OU Nightly, the House votes to release the Epstein files. The bill is now on to the Senate. Find out when they could vote. Could a portable mortgage be the key to home ownership for some? We'll show you how they could work. And a big announcement from Baker Mayfield, what the OU legend is expecting soon. This is OU Nightly. We're following overnight news, a shooting in Southwest Norman. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Julia Roberts.
And I'm Michael Thompson. OU Nightly's Jack Hancock is live in Norman tonight, where police say the shooting happened. Jack, what are officials saying?
Yeah, Michael. Well, police are saying that late last night at around 1 a.m. they responded to reports of shots fired out here in the 14,000 block of East Imhoff. Once they were on the scene, they found a 41-year-old male with a gunshot wound. The victim is in the hospital in critical condition currently. Once they were also on scene nearby, they found the 48-year-old suspect who is in custody. The initial investigation says that a fight likely broke out between the victim and the suspect. Now, OU Nightly has reached out to the district attorney's office and are waiting to hear back from them. This is an ongoing investigation, so we will keep you up to date as we learn more information. But for right now, reporting live from East Norman, Jack Hancock, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Jack. We'll know you keep us updated. Now, the Epstein Files Transparency Act is now heading to the Senate. This comes as the House voted overwhelmingly to move forward with requiring the Justice Department to release all case files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In a vote 427 to 1, all Oklahoma representatives voted to move forward with the release. OU Nightly obtained a statement from Oklahoma Congressman Tom Cole's office, who says he voted yes on the bill to bring justice for Jeffrey Epstein's victims and ensure that no one is above the law. The bill now heads to the Senate, where Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullins says they could vote as early as this week.
Up as quick as this week. The problem is the president or the speaker Johnson has made it very clear that he wants to protect some of the identity of the victim. We might be able to get that done this week. If not, I'm sure it'll come up right after we get back from Thanksgiving.
If the bill passes in the Senate, it will then head to President Trump's desk, where he is expected to sign. Now back here in Oklahoma, it's mid-December and it still is pretty warm outside.
Yeah, you could tell me it's in the middle of August and I believe you. But OU Nightly meteorologist Garrett Tarver joins us in studio with more.
Sorry for the technical difficulty. In Texas, and we'll be back to weather shortly. In Texas, a federal court blocks the state from using the newly drawn congressional map in next year's midterm election. Judge says the map was likely the product of unconstitutional racial gerrymandering. The court ordered Texas to use its previous map the state enacted after the 2020 census. The ruling is a major setback for Republicans and the president, who have received 5 seats for their party with the new map.
Understands the nature of the charges and the consequences of his pleading guilty.
A Massachusetts judge accepts a guilty plea from Brian Walsh, a man accused of murdering and dismembering his wife in 2023. Investigator says Walsh put his wife's dismembered remains in dumpsters in various places. Walsh pleaded guilty to the charges. Jury selection for the trial on the murder charge began today.
Over 250,000 Hondas are being recalled. The company says the cars may have incorrect software programming. The recalled cars are 2023 to 2025 Honda Accord hybrids. The programming could cause the ignition to reset while the car is being used, which can cause loss of power while driving. Honda says no confirmed crashes or injuries have happened.
Not every student has the ability to go home for Thanksgiving break, but one campus organization is helping students feel welcome at their campus home. OU's own Student Government Association is hosting their annual community potluck. They weren't able to have it last year, but they are bringing it back. The potluck will be at the Second Wind Coffee House this Friday and are expecting 50 to 100 people. They say they are going to have a traditional Thanksgiving food, but also food across different culture. The goal, building a stronger OU community.
With this whole potluck idea, were the part of the Human Diversity Committee, and our whole job is inclusion and making people feel like they belong on campus. And not everyone has a family that they can go home to or even has like a family. And so our job was to basically, we wanted to create a family here at OU, and this is one of the steps to do so.
Doors for the potluck open at 5:30. Injuries cause many premature deaths that can be easily avoided. See what the CDC says you should do to keep you and your loved ones safe.
And how portable mortgage can help with the flexibility of moving to a new home after the break.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
OSDH says injuries and violence are the leading cause of death for many Oklahomans between the ages of 1 to 44, causing more than 4,000 deaths each year. Today is National Injury Prevention Day, and CNN's Mandy Gaither gives us insight on how to protect children from some of the most dangerous but preventable accidents.
From car accidents to firearm deaths, unintentional injuries from accidents kill more children and teens than anything else, according to the CDC, and many of these injuries are preventable.
For every child that dies, there are many more that suffer serious injuries.
Dr. Manisha Agarwal with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says protecting children starts with car safety. For infants and toddlers, that means a rear-facing car seat for as long as possible before switching to a forward-facing seat and then a booster seat.
A big mistake I see is families get so excited about graduating or transitioning their child to the next step in car seat safety, but that's actually reducing their child's protection in the event of a crash.
Agarwal says airbags can be dangerous to young passengers in the front seat, so children should stay in the back seat for safety. Another unintentional injury danger is firearms. Agarwal says families with a gun in the home should lock it up, unloaded, with ammunition locked separately.
It is such an important way to prevent children from dying from guns.
Finally, outdoor safety. Agarwal says children on wheeled vehicles like a bicycle or scooter should be wearing a properly fitting helmet that hits 2 fingers above the eyebrows and snug around the chin.
You want to make sure that that helmet has not expired. They typically need to be replaced every 5 years.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Every year, there are more than 370,000 non-fatal emergency room visits and over 21,000 non-fatal hospitalizations caused by injuries and violence.
The Trump administration has another idea to make housing more affordable. Let homeowners take their mortgage rate with them when they move. Ivan Rodriguez reports on how a portable mortgage could work and how it might backfire.
Allowing people to keep their lower mortgage rates could encourage them to move and free up supply for others, but there are many unanswered questions about how it would work and whether it could disrupt the U.S. housing market. Many homeowners feel locked into their interest rate, but what if they could move with it?
If you have someone who has an extremely low rate and the high 2s, low 3s on a home that they currently own, they may not want to move to another home because they're going to go from those low rates to current market rates, which are significantly higher.
Not only could a portable mortgage provide more flexibility to move to a new home, but it could also free up supply for future home buyers. Justin DeMola with Lenders One says in concept it sounds great, but it does come with a lot of questions.
If people are upgrading their homes, how are they going to bridge that gap for the equity for the down payment?
DeMola says in this case it depends on how much the homeowner is upgrading. Additionally, mortgage agreements are clear contracts tied to a specific property, with the home's address listed as collateral. Transferring that loan to a new house would mean effectively rewriting the contract. And one key question, will banks go along with this? Congress might have to pass new laws.
We don't know how that's going to work, but when we look at it, we really have to pay attention to, again, the mechanics of a mortgage, right? How are we going to actually take the workflow and make it so that a mortgage could be portable?
The Federal Housing Finance Agency did not provide further details about its plans for portable mortgages. In a statement, a spokesperson said that the agency was studying a, quote, wide variety of options to lower housing costs. Other options officials are weighing include making mortgages assumable and a 50-year mortgage option. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Michael, Santa Claus isn't just coming to town, but he's coming to the South Oval.
Well, if you're looking for some holiday fun, OU has you covered. See where lights will be brightening up the night coming up next on OU Nightly.
Well, y'all, I've got my voice back, and I'm going to tell you, we have big changes on the way in weather. Heavy rainfall could affect the rest of your week, maybe some flooding. I'll have that after this break.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. It was a pretty day out there. Again, a little bit warmer. It was in the 70s, and we got a few clouds out there. That sun's starting to set. Everything looks kind of rusty out there, starting to get into the later time in November. 68 degrees for us. Dew point 42 degrees, so it's a little bit dry. It feels pretty comfortable out there, but that's going to change. That, especially that dry part. 90% chance of rain on Thursday, 30% Wednesday night. That tapers off into Friday, and then we have another shot going into next week as well. So this is all coming from more rounds of cold fronts. We're used to this in Oklahoma, especially in November. Especially we're waiting for it. It's been a little too hot for us. Rain starts to kick up as we get into early Thursday morning. That stationary front kind of shifts off. Then we got that low developing out in the Panhandle. That's going to move on through, bring the heavier rain into Thursday afternoon, and then that'll kind of shift on out of the way. Going to start to look pretty clear for our game day on Saturday, but until then, we do have a flash flood threat. That's going to be mostly from Norman down to the south into eastern Oklahoma for Wednesday. Again, our rain chance is going to be from midday into the afternoon and evening Wednesday, and then all day Thursday. That's when we could see our higher totals. We're at a marginal for pretty much the entire state, slight out to the east, so that's where the highest chance for that flood threat is going to be. They're going to see the highest chance of rain, maybe 1 to 2 inches, 2 to 4 down to the very far south along the Red River. I think in Norman, we're looking at up to a ½ an inch, maybe an inch in some areas, but that's going to be pretty isolated. Just depends on where these storms really set up. And timing that out for us, we've got those clouds I was talking about out there. Those aren't going to really clear out for a while. We start to see them even get a little bit thicker as we get towards Wednesday. That's when the rain picks up. As we get into 6 p.m., holiday lights, all right, it's going to be rainy, possibly. It's not a huge chance everywhere, but we're going to have scattered showers in the region. That will move on out as we get into Thursday night, and then the whole state turns green. We start to see those chances really pick up, especially for that heavier stuff into the afternoon, out to the west and then down to the southeast along the Red River again. And as we get into Friday morning, maybe a few showers here and there, but the clouds are going to eventually move on out and temperatures are going to start to climb back up. So if you're heading out to the holiday lights, look at it 5 p.m. just before it starts. We're looking at 75 degrees, pretty nice, but we could see some storms move through by 6 o'clock into pretty much 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock through Friday morning, really. So light wind, it'll be comfortable, but you're going to want to grab the rain jacket before you head out there. If you got an umbrella, go ahead and go for it, but it'll be nice. We aren't looking at a severe risk. That's the biggest thing, is the rain. So we're going to keep an eye on it. But Wednesday, we have that 30% chance overnight into Thursday. That's going to be our highest chance, maybe, again, up to an inch of rain. Temperature's going to dip on down into the 60s with that cold front. Saturday, for the game, I think we could get up to 62 degrees, but that's going to be in the afternoon, so it's going to be chilly in the morning. Bring your jacket, but good thing you don't need a poncho or anything like that. Saturday is looking pretty good. More rain chances as we get into the beginning of next week. So if you're heading home, that's something to keep in mind. Could be a big system across the country. We're looking at it. But holiday lights looking a little rainy.
Are you planning on going or at all?
Oh, rain or shine, I will be there. Christmas is my thing.
I'm going for the hot chocolate. I'm pretty sure they have hot chocolate or some apple cider. So.
Hey, well, it's too bad it's not colder, so it could be snowy. It could have a
next week, right?
Next
Maybe
week.
We'll see. Some parts of Oklahoma, you never know.
You never know. It is Oklahoma. That's right. But speaking of the holiday lights, a little Christmas spirit is coming to the South Oval. Tomorrow, OU Student Experiences will be hosting Holiday Lights 2025. Starting at 6 p.m., the light projected show will start on the Bazell Memorial Library. Students and faculty are encouraged to join the winter festivities, including carriage rides, live reindeer, food trucks, and even Santa Claus will be stopping by the reimagined event. OU Experiences told OU Nightly that they hope that moving the event to the Soval enhances student engagement.
Now you're taking a live look at where the Holiday Lights event will be happening on the South Oval. Now I remember they had this in Bird Park, so I think it's just really incredible that they're moving it to the South Oval to give that community that bigger experience. What do you think?
No, I've loved the new additions, to the South Oval this year. The gingerbread houses out there, that Christmas tree.
The little light setup that they have, I think that was cool on the little Bazell Library. Did you see that?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the Christmas spirit, for sure.
Coming up in sports, one former Sooner hit the jackpot in Vegas last night.
And one other Sooner in the pros had a career night facing off against an Oklahoma team.
Roll out the red carpet because it's award season this week for the Sooners. Find out who won what in which sport coming up in sports.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk.
but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs! We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Hey, I'm Bella O'Neill-Dooley, and it's time for sports. Even after taming the Tide for a second time in his career, this time down in Tuscaloosa, OU football head coach Brent Venables says the Sooners' trip to the playoff hasn't crossed the finish line yet.
To do, and that is so far away, in my opinion, and maybe in a few more weeks you're talking about that, but we've got a lot of work to do. We don't have a no playoff policy in our building. We just don't, that's not something that leads the topic of conversation.
SEC and national honors should just be called Sooner honors. Tate Sandell is a Lou Groza Award semifinalist. Fibechi Wiwu is a Burlsworth Trophy finalist. Kip Lewis won the Bednarik Award Player of the Week, and Eli Bowen earned the Thorpe Award National Defensive Back of the Week. And Bowen says that building on the Sooners' turnover momentum has been key to their success.
I think it's more being intentional. Just emphasizing it more, because like at the beginning of the year it was just like, yeah, we need to get it, like, but I feel like whenever coach said to go where we want to go, we have to get turnovers. I feel like it just emphasized it more to make us be more focused on that. Everything happens for a reason, so I'm just going to do my job and let the game come to me.
And in Monday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb channeled his inner Elvis Presley and sang "Viva Las Vegas." Lamb had 5 receptions for 66 yards and 1 receiving touchdown as the Cowboys rocked the Raiders 33-16. And the Los Angeles Athletic Club announced OU women's basketball has 3 players on the 2025-26 John R. Wooden Award Top 50 watch list. Seniors Reagan Beers and Peyton Verhulst and freshman Aaliyah Chavez. OU is one of 6 schools with 3 players on the list, and Chavez is also named the SEC Freshman of the Week. And East Texas A&M should take note and keep watch of these Sooner standouts tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the Lloyd Noble Center. After a huge 95-32 win against Western Carolina, the Sooners are hunting for their 5th win of the season. And Oklahoma City Thunder ate some beignets and dropped some buckets in New Orleans last night. And even though he has 0 on his back, Pelicans guard and former Sooner Jeremiah Fears did just the opposite. With a career high of 24 points, Fears showed out, but it wasn't enough. In the first quarter alone, the Thunder scored 41 points. The Pelicans fought back, but the Thunder still dominated, winning 126-109. Michael, Julia?
Thanks, Bella. We're not done talking about Sooner football just yet.
That's right, see what is baking in the Mayfield household coming up after the break.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria?
When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm McKinley Potter at the OU Nightly Update Desk. We're following breaking news out of Washington. The Senate unanimously agrees to pass the House-backed bill forcing the Justice Department to release the Jeffrey Epstein case files. The Senate will not have to take any action, and the bill will go immediately to President Donald Trump's desk for a signature. Yesterday, the president posted on social media saying he now supports the efforts after the initial pushback. Julia, Michael?
Thanks, McKinley. Former Oklahoma Heisman winner Baker Mayfield did not get the win this weekend for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he is winning off of the football field.
Mayfield and his wife, Emily, announced on Instagram today that the couple will be having their second child and first boy. The Mayfield family welcomed Kova Jade Mayfield in April 2024, and soon she will be a big sister. Now, it looks like we already have a Heisman winner in the making.
That's what I'm saying. We'll see him around Owen Field in about, what, 20 years? Yeah?
Hopefully.
Right?
That would be pretty sick.
It would.
I'm looking forward to it.
Right?
Yeah, I know we're seeing Santa at the Christmas lights thing tomorrow night, but I wish we could meet Baker Mayfield and maybe ask him what we want for Christmas. That'd be fun.
I agree. Hey, he led OU to the playoffs. I hope it'd be a great Christmas wish.
Well, if you are going to the holiday lights tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit chance of some rain. So looking at that forecast for us, 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit clear. But as we get towards 6 to 8 o'clock, almost said it, we have some rain chances, temperatures getting down into the 60s. And then, well, that's going to continue into Thursday as well. Keep the horses in the stable. We'll be at 68 degrees, plenty of rain, maybe up to an inch, maybe some flooding. But I think most of that's going to stay down to the south and southeast. And then we'll get into 62 for us for Saturday for our big game, and then 60s into next week with another system on the way.
All right, well, thanks, Garrett. I'm hoping just to see a little bit of raindrop. I've been missing on it, so.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited for a nice fall game day. I haven't had an Oklahoma game day yet, really, that has felt correct, so this one, I'm excited for that.
I am excited for that.
Well,
Bring the jacket.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Julia Roberts.
And I'm Thompson. Be sure to watch OU Nightly weekdays live at 4:30. Good night.
Water is our most